I can't believe I'm doing this. I'm here because Martello commented a whole bunch of times, and I might not be able to get on tomorrow night, so I'm here today to say hi, see who joins me. Um, let's see if anyone joins. Martello, you better get your butt on live stream because you asked me to be here. Let's see what happened to me today. Today I ran a bunch of errands. Today I ran a mile and a half, just a short run. I've been. Oh, you made it. Hi. I'm so glad you made it. I'm telling the video, I'm telling the live stream about my day. How was your day? I was saying I went on a run this morning. I ran for a mile and a half. I run to the post office, and then I received some stuff in the mail that I acted on, and then I had to go all the way back. So I walked another mile and a half later and mailed the thing. So that was good. I got out in the sunshine a lot today. I, yeah, end of the work week. I guess it's the beginning of the work week for me. I did not go out and busk today, but I researched a new location and I learned some spots that I'm gonna experiment with. So tomorrow I'm gonna try playing somewhere new. I'm so excited. Martello, what do you do for a living? What's your work week like? Otherwise, I'm just gonna ramble about my day until you give me something to work with. Anyway, so then I got a sandwich while I was out, and it had like a crinkly cellophane wrapper, so I thought about saving it for live stream. But I ate it. I was so hungry. I ate it on the subway home or the trolley. And you're not supposed to eat on the trolley, but I was so hungry I ate the entire thing. Um, you work for the city of Spokane. Oh, you're in Washington. It's beautiful up there. There must be a lot of forest where you are. I've never I've never been to Washington, I realized. I've been to Oregon and I've been to way up far north in California. It's all right. What kind of trees? Are there redwoods near you? I'm kind of obsessed with redwoods. Redwoods are like my favorite tree. No redwoods. Yeah, I guess we're lucky we have them here. It's like I imagine they would go into Oregon and Washington, but I guess they don't. But let's see. Oh, Samantha, I don't recall that at all. The viewers are welcome to go through. Thank you for deleting that, Martello. I'm not even going to dignify that with a response. Oh, yeah, so what kind of trees are in Washington, Martello? I recently, like a few months ago before I moved, I stumbled upon a park that had oak trees, and there's not a ton of oak trees in Southern California. But I was so excited. There were like acorns on the ground, and like a 6-year-old girl, I went and picked up like I went and picked up like 8 acorns and just like stuffed my pocket full of acorns. There's evergreens. Nick G asked for a shout out. Hi, Nick G. Thank you for joining us. we're talking about our day. It's nothing thrilling, but for me it is because it's very relaxing. Talking about my favorite trees. So if you have a favorite tree, you should tell the chat because trees are another one of my obsessions, like just plants in general. Maples. We don't get a lot of maples here. Your maple. Okay, so you know on TikTok sometimes you see videos of like people harvesting rubber from rubber trees. They'll carve little grooves and spirals around the trunk and then the rubber will like flow out of the tree. Can you actually like harvest can you like harvest sap from maple trees that you find in the wild? Like does that happen? And if so, what does it look like? Like do you drill a little hole or like do you have to like carve a groove? Hey guys who just came in, DeMarco Flowers and Jackson Clements. My night is going splendidly. I am relaxing. I'm not putting a ton of effort into this stream. We're talking about trees. So if you have a favorite tree, you should tell the chat about it. Oh, there are taps. I think I may have recalled seeing a tap on a maple tree and then like the syrup can flow out. My grandma had a rubber tree when I was growing up, but it was very small and it wasn't big enough to harvest rubber from. But the leaves were very pretty. They were like a deep red. That was pretty cool. And then I remember in my grandma's neighborhood growing up, there was a birch tree. And I remember being fascinated by the texture of the papery bark. You could just like peel it off. That was super fun. I remember learning that a bunch of the native trees, like native to the United States, like like people used to eat acorns and acorn-based food, like when the settlers first arrived in America, and that's something that like Native Americans did that we don't do that much anymore. And like, why not? Because apparently, like oaks and acorn trees, like stabilized our ecosystems here, and like, why don't we foster that? It was like good for the soil. It was sustainable food. Tiana Lee says, "Can you please say panda, panda?" Martello asked, "Did you have a good time at the Filipino restaurant?" I didn't. I don't work at the Filipino restaurant anymore. It's been a few weeks. There was a gas leak at the mall, and I just had this urge that I shouldn't risk it. So I'm doing some other stuff instead that is actually very soul nourishing. But I don't want to say too much about it. Oh my gosh, am I bleeding? Is that blood? Is it blood? Oh my god. I don't know how that happened. Hopefully it's just ink. It doesn't hurt. What could that be from? Am I bleeding on my face? I don't think I am. It's crazy. No, I had a blister. That's how it was. I don't think my lip was actually bleeding. So, we could keep talking about trees, or you could tell me how your day was. You could tell me something good that happened to you today. That's one of my favorite things. So, what's something good that happened to me today? Um, oh, something weird I learned today. I have this like power bank for my phone, and I take it when I go play guitar at the beach. And it never seems to charge from the solar panel, so I looked up like how long it takes to charge a 38,000 milliampere charging bank with a 5-volt solar charger, and it said it takes like 11 hours. So, like, I'm never even at the beach for 11 hours. So, like, no wonder it, like, never charges. That's silly. Anyway, so much for newfangled technology. I know everybody says it, but, like, you know how we think that, like, remember watching the Jetsons and thinking we were going to have, like, um, flying cars, right? And, like, my solar powered charging bank can't even charge quickly. It's like the stuff I thought we'd have by this point in human history. We're in the year 2024. I don't know. I shouldn't. I shouldn't go down this road. It's too much ranty. Anyway, what's good that happened to me today? Let me think. What does that say? Kanpai? Oh, is that the toast? Are we toasting? I wish I had alcohol. Kanpai. Yeah. Did you ever read did you ever read the book Snow Crash? I feel like Snow Crash was pretty spot on in their depiction of the future. Um, Snow Crash, that's a book I should read on stream because it's very like cinematic and descriptive of like really cool stuff. But like Snow Crash was like, okay, it's the year 2010 and people are living in storage units because housing prices have gone up so far and like everybody exists in the metaverse and like Facebook tried to do the metaverse a couple of years ago and it like crashed and burned. And then like there's just a bunch of cults and everybody's getting sent to prison and stuff and like that's kind of how it is. It's kind of how the world is. And like everybody just exists on the internet and everybody does everything on the internet and that becomes more real than their real life and that's Snow Crash. I know people do live in storage units. Uh, I should get a copy of Snow Crash again. That was a good book. That if there's ever if there's ever a Snow Crash movie, I would just die. It would be so cool. Like there's so much opportunity to make the coolest like freeway scenes because yes, EMK says, "Do you want to cuddle?" That's like my main MO in life, is cuddle, and it gets me into so much trouble. Um, but this is like almost as good. It's like same vibe. Anyway, so Snow Crash has so much potential for like the best like freeway scenes in a movie because one of the characters is like this teenage girl who delivers she's like a courier, right? And she gets around, like get this, she gets around by she carries like a suction cup harpoon and she like launches it on cars and rides a skateboard. So she's just like harpooning cars to like get around and it's the coolest. I love that book. Let's see. Nobody's messaged. Yeah. So like that character is one of the coolest characters I've ever read in a sci-fi book. And like not only that, like the costuming would be super cool if there were a Snow Crash movie because like I guess it's typical cyberpunk, but she has uh like an all black like rash guard outfit that's inflatable. So if she ever crashes on the freeway on her skateboard, it just like inflates so she can't break any bones. And I feel like that would be like the coolest. I don't know. It's like what's that movie? Um there was a movie like just a couple of years ago about a young girl who's a robot and like she can like take pieces of herself out of her body. It was kind of a silly movie, but I really enjoyed it visually. It was like probably for like teenagers, but I liked it. Um anyway, oh, it's gonna drive me crazy. I'm gonna have to look up what this movie is called. Um Does anyone know what that movie is called? She like ends up like battling in like a like some kind of she ends up battling in some kind of like underground like robot battle culture or something. Do you know what movie I'm talking about? Like it's like something Battle Angel. Do you know what I'm talking about? Do you know does anybody know what movie I'm talking about? It's like kind of shitty sci-fi, but I really liked it. Nobody knows. Okay, okay, I'm getting out of bed. Okay, I gotta figure out what it's called. Okay, what is it? I gotta find it. Alita Battle Angel. Okay, here I'm gonna show you the movie poster. This is low key one of my guilty pleasure movies. It's like I can't even believe I'm admitting to you that I like the movie, but it's like where is it? Yeah, Alita Battle Angel. I don't know if you like sci-fi, but like that's one of the dumber movies. I don't know, I shouldn't say it's dumb, but like sometimes I have ridiculous standards for movies. And like that was one I watched on an airplane, so I had no choice. And it was yeah, it was a little cheesy. But like I thought it was also like excellent. Like I wish my teenage self had seen it. It was like that. It was good. Like you ever see a movie and just wish like, oh man, my 12-year-old self would have just loved the crap out of that. It's like that kind of movie. You're a Nick Cage fan. Like, what kind of Nick Cage? Because I feel like he's got a couple different modes. Industry level of cheesy movies is like total delirium. Like, you like the freak out Nick Cage? I mean, because like I liked Mandy. You like all of it. I've only seen like a couple of his movies, and I feel like Mandy was my favorite one. Oh yeah, Raising Arizona was good. I haven't seen that movie in so long. I feel like that movie is why I like Bjork. Not entirely, but I like that Bjork was on the soundtrack. I remember I remember the Bjork song on the soundtrack more than I remember any of that movie. Oh yeah, Moonstruck was good. That's true. All movies I haven't seen in a very long time. I haven't seen Color of Night. Pig. I don't know what that one is. So many. I feel like oh yeah, the other movies. He does like 5 movies a year, I guess. At least he stays busy. I guess like I might as well. Let me see. There's so many movies like I haven't seen. I meant to go see so many, and I just got busy and never did. Let's see. see. Who's my favorite actor or actress? I don't know, man. Um, one of my favorite movies. I don't know. Like, I have a hard time answering that question because I feel like it really depends on the plot and like how they do with it. Oh no. Oh no, my computer wants me to update. This is the worst. We're supposed to be relaxing. Computer, why do you are this way to me? Cannot. We're not restarting. We're not updating. I don't want Windows 11. Okay. I just want to go to Pinterest so I can find things to talk about to my friends here. That's all I want. Oh my god. Why is everything so difficult? There's pop ups everywhere. I hate computers. I hate computers so much. I hate them. Okay, let's see. Favorite actors. There's a couple. A weird thing for Maggie Gyllenhaal. Maggie Gyllenhaal. Um, I never saw the Barbie movie. Really wanted to see the Barbie movie. I never saw. Oh God, that new disturbing Emma Stone movie. What was it called? I really wanted to see. You know the new Emma Stone movie where she's like mentally challenged, but then gets very smart. It's kind of like Flowers for Algernon, but like the female version. Anyway, I forgot what it was called, but that one looked really disturbing, and I wanted to see it, and I didn't see it. I swear to God, I used to have like a list of movies here. What am I doing with my life? Where is it? Where is it? Lately, I've been watching more stand-up comedy than movies. Oh, here we go. Oh yeah, The Arrival is one of my favorite movies. Martello says really likes film from the 80s and 90s. I was talking to someone at a party the other day, and like I was trying to make a reference to The Dark Crystal, but instead I accidentally made a reference to the David Bowie movie with the puppets, and it's like I can't reference anything because I always get every reference wrong, and like it's like not quite right. I referenced something that's very similar, but like it's not the right reference. What was that David Bowie movie called? Has that song Dance Magic Dance in it? Oh, what is it called? Do you know what I'm talking about? Labyrinth, yes. I can't remember anything's name. It's so stupid. Oh my god. Yeah, both of those movies I enjoyed, Labyrinth and The Dark Crystal, but I think I like The Dark Crystal more. It's like, I don't know, kind of deep, I guess. I got a Fortnite Battle Royale in a while. I was on the live stream. Thank you for stopping by. I understand Fortnite is very important and I wouldn't want to hold you back from your life goals and achievements. I I support your Fortnite endeavors. I know that game. There's a lot of stuff going on in that game. Oh my god. Have you guys seen Eep Man? Like any of the Eep Man movies? There's like four of them. Very high quality martial arts movies. Oh, I like The Shape of Water. Thank you. I'm sure you have beautiful eyes as well. I feel like eyes in general are beautiful. It's like, okay, so like the thing I read in the book the other day is like if you stare into someone's eyes long enough, you'll get hypnotized. Oh, another film. You made over $50,000 off of Fortnite. You were a gentleman and a scholar. I don't understand how you do it. The game's really hard. There's like, how am I supposed to run and build stairs at the same time? Like, I don't know. I don't understand. Can we try it? Can we try what? That one guy. Can we try what? What are we trying? Jackson is Cap and like they're take form a Fortnite team together and go just like slay. Just like take people down and make $1 million playing Fortnite. Oh, the hypnosis thing. Yeah, we could start a cult. No, we're not starting a cult. Yeah, my FBI agent will be so mad if I say that. Like, I'm gonna get in so much. I'm gonna end up going to YouTube jail if I keep saying like dark humor like that. Another film I love. Have you seen Samsara? Let me see if I can find a movie poster. Um, Samsara is like a visual documentary. Let me see if I can find a poster. It's okay. And it has this thing on the cover of the Thousand Arm Dance, and I'm obsessed with this dance. Okay, Samsara. It's like a film about like tons of different. This would help you sleep. It's so good. It's many different like visual representations of human culture, of different behaviors, of different ways of living, of like cooking, of people digging through like garbage dumps and like using what they find and like factory farming and like everything human. All the different types of human expression are in this film, and it's magical and it's great for falling asleep too also, but you also might get fascinated and not fall asleep. So like that is a very cool movie. I really enjoyed it. Let's see. I really liked The Shape of Water. Where is it? Shape of Water is like there's this woman who's mute, and there's like an experiment going on at her workplace, and then she finds out there's this like fish being in the experimentation room, and so she starts to befriend him, and it is so good. Trigger warning, there are some triggering scenes that are very uncomfortable, but I think it's a beautiful movie. It's Guillermo del Toro, and oh yeah, he also did Pan's Labyrinth, which is another one of my favorite movies. Like everything he does is like visually stunning and colorful and emotionally engaging and just like a work of art. So good. The eye thing that I talked about, oh yeah, I feel like that story might have been so disturbing that you end up more engaged than sleepy. Maybe I should read stuff that's more calming. I like to read really shocking stuff. Um, what else? Um, I really liked. Oh yeah, Pan's Labyrinth was really good. I really liked. Let's see. Death to Smoochie is like my second favorite Robin Williams movie. Um, and I think World's Greatest Dad is my first favorite Robin Williams movie. Also, Doctor Strangelove, which is like great. Did you ever have like that phase in your life where everything just goes like horribly wrong? Like every unlikely thing, every extremely unlikely thing that could go wrong just goes wrong in the worst way. Um, ugh, I'm sure read adult romance. Like I don't enjoy adult romance very much, but I guess it could be funny. I used to do I used to do voiceover where I had to like read and edit adult romance for like work, and I got so burned out. Like it's like I can't believe people like this. I don't understand. Those books with Fabio on the cover from the 90s. Yeah, I've read a couple of them. I don't really get it. I'm an alien. I don't understand human beings. Um, oh yeah, Fern Gully. Okay, this movie, it's definitely a corny as hell kid movie, but Tim Curry was in it, and like it's visually like I feel like the way they draw all the plants like really makes up for like whatever cornballness is going on. Like I rewatched it like a year ago and like oh my god, I still love this movie so much. Also has Robin Williams in it and Tim Curry. Did they do anything for you, Fabio? Not really. Oh my god. Have you guys seen All Dogs Go to Heaven? Okay. This movie has a crazy story. So, like, there's a story of this orphan little girl and, like, these two dogs that, like, kind of take care of her. And, like, I found out the last scene where Charlie is saying goodbye to the little girl, like, she actually tragically died before they finished the movie. So, the guy who plays Charlie, God, what was his name? It's the guy from Hawaii Five-O. What was his name? Um, anyway, he like had to do so many takes of the final goodbye scene because he just kept breaking down because the little girl was dead. Like, I had no idea. Like, anyway, this movie was an obsession for me when I was a kid. And I kind of get it now because, like, dude, that ending scene was real. That was not faked. Downer. It is kind of a downer movie. I'm so sorry. But it was good though. It was so good. It was a really weird kids movie. I really enjoyed Fantastic Planet. It's kind of a surreal movie. Um, it's a movie about like this kind of alien planet, and they keep humans as pets there. So it's very uncomfortable, but also very eye-opening. I really love that movie. What else I got? I also enjoyed Fantastic Beasts. Oh yeah, Adaptation is a Nicolas Cage movie that I did not make it through the first 10 minutes because his opening anxious monologue, like, I was so stressed by the opening anxious monologue. I couldn't even get into that movie. And I feel like I have to watch it at some point because I have to confront, like, oh man, that anxious monologue sounds exactly like me at many points in my life. File was your childhood cheerjerker. I remember that. I haven't rewatched it, but I remember I saw it like twice, maybe. Videodrome was horrifying. I loved it. Brazil, I still need to see, but that one's supposed to be really good. Adaptation, Martello, adaptation is supposed to be really good. Okay, Metropolis, I also need to see. That's been on my list since I was like 16, like the major list. Still haven't seen it. Um, um, Amadeus is always a favorite. Oh, Sense and Sensibility. It's like the one period piece that I think is really good. I love Sense and Sensibility. It's like kind of out of character for me to even like those kinds of movies, but that one was good. Um, Loved Gravity. It's one of my favorite movies. Loved Contact. Loved Contact so much. Oh, I loved Gattaca. Oh, these are all so good. Oh man. We're talking about um we were talking about Stephen King movies too, and there's Misery. We talked about that one. Oh, Iron Giant is another childhood tearjerker. That one's like so good. Oh yeah, Memento. I was obsessed with that movie when I was 16. Did I understand Contact? I feel like it makes way more sense if you read the book. I feel like the movie is like totally missing the point of the book. Oh, I heard Huckabees. Okay, if you want a really like thinky movie that's also emotional. Oh my god. This movie's so funny. This movie is so good. So I heard Huckabees when I was 18, 17 or 18, 2004. Really drawn to it. I feel like I didn't really get it until a few years ago, but like, God, this is like it's so smart and it's so funny. It just cracks me up. And then, of course, Fight Club, Stranger Than Fiction. I should add some more to this list. I feel like there's so many good ones. I'm a Cyborg, but that's okay. That's like a really excellent Korean film. What's my weekend plans? I don't know if I want to say yet. I'm gonna feel it out and see what happens tomorrow. Um, I mean, I'm definitely gonna play a lot of guitar. I know that's for sure. Um, what's a live? Do I have any lives going? Like, I have my own life. I'm alive. Like, am I going live again? Like tomorrow? I don't know if I can. Lives? Guitar? Do I have lives? Live guitars? Live guitars. As far as I know, they are inanimate. Usually made of wood or plastic. YouTube live. Okay, so I think whatever adventure, I'm getting up to tomorrow, I may be out late, so I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. I can't say, but I'll try to stop by. I don't know. That's all I got, man. I don't have too much exciting to share with you today. Oh, there was a movie I was gonna watch yesterday too. This whole live stream is basically for you, Martello. Like the only guy in here right now. Oh my god. I seem to get easily distracted from movies. I like don't have the attention span for them anymore. And I don't know why. It's no problem. This is chill. I don't know what else I'd be doing with my night right now. I was gonna go see a show at a club called Palomino, but I don't know. I'm just having the impulse to be lazy. What are your weekend plans, Martello? Just watch live streams? Probably. This guy, I swear. Let me see. What else can I ramble on about? Have you ever have you ever had a dream that ended up being true? Have you ever had a dream that ended up being true? You said you was gonna unalive me if you found out who I was. No, I didn't say I was gonna unalive you. I said I was gonna come after you if I figured out which friend you were. Coming out to my friends' live streams and talking crap about me on those live streams. It's fine. I was just kidding anyway. You have an ASMR studio to build. You're welcome to build it. Like, you do you, boo. I'll be living my life. I wish I had, really wish I had a microphone. My friend's live was cool. I enjoy being fed, and those people are pretty funny. And so the sushi chef Wilmer is also an artist. He's a graphic artist. He designed all the menus at the restaurant. But if you go, okay, I'm gonna tell you this. If you go back to his live stream, Kyoto Test Kitchen, next Wednesday, hassle him to make prints and sell his own art because he won't listen to me. We had a long chat after, and I was like, so because he was hassling me to like write more songs and faster, and I'm like, dude, I'm writing them as fast as I can go, and I'm like, why are you telling me this and you're not even selling your own art prints? And all of his friends went, oh, she told you. And it's kind of true. Like he has a whole bunch of art he's sitting on that he's not doing anything with. So if you go back to Kyoto Test Kitchen live stream next Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Pacific time, you get on there and you harass Wilmer to make prints and sell his own visual art instead of harassing me to finish my songs. Did you miss it? Were you there on Wednesday night? I made a community post that I was on a friend's live stream and we ate a bunch of Filipino food. I had the best pork sisig I've ever had in my life. It was so good. The pancit was pretty good too. Remind you next Wednesday. Okay, I'm reminding you right now. Everybody, get out your Google Calendar. Put it in your Google Calendar. It'll remind you. If I get on live stream again, I'll tell you. But I will likely not be there because I am supposed to do an open mic next Wednesday. So I don't know if I will be there. But he appreciates anybody that stops by. Nobody, still, like, nobody has told me how their day has been. I'm just gonna keep rambling. Oh, yeah, I'm still not done talking about trees. So, like, I found that acorn tree a few months ago, and I pocketed a whole bunch of acorns. And then, I don't know, have you guys ever seen, like, a huge banyan tree? Like, how big they get, and you can, like, sometimes the roots leave, like, a hollow in the middle, and, like, you can walk inside the tree or through it. And they say these trees are like walking trees. So, like, they put down roots and they can actually, like, if you took a time lapse of like months or years, you'll see the tree walking, like putting down roots and then putting down more roots in the same direction and like move like horizontally. Sally says hello. Hi, Sally. Thank you for joining us. We're talking about banyan trees and how they're like on a long enough time scale, they're walking trees because they put down roots and they move horizontally. My day was a Friday, end of the work week. I went in and absolutely MF slayed it. Congratulations, Martello. How are you celebrating your slay day today? I hope you're doing something to celebrate. Celebrating with whole food and clean water. That does sound good. The water at my house does not taste very good. I used to be like, okay, anybody that knows me, I like always carry around like a Nalgene water bottle, and like for a lot of my life, I had took a lot of pride in like, why would you drink bottled water? Like it doesn't make any sense. There's water fountains anywhere. Like water is clean from the tap. And now I moved somewhere where the water tastes like you're gonna get moldy fluoride poisoning or something. And now I pay for bottled water like a chump and like kind of hate myself a little bit because I buy like a liter, at least a liter of water, of bottled water a day, and I'm like so mad because like I have to go looking for water to drink now because I can't stand the taste of tap water here, and it's like making me so mad. Like, okay, when I was enrolled in the school, I like picked out my favorite water fountain and I would like I had to go walk like several blocks to get water every day from my favorite water fountain, and I'm like aggrieved, like I'm a woman who lives in Africa who has to trudge 3 miles to the well or something. Like I know I'm being a brat, but like I know I'm being a brat. I know I am. I'm sorry. I know. Yeah, the water companies have us all. I hate it. You're a water service specialist. Really now. That's what you slated at, testing the water for sediment today? Not testing. Okay. Well, I'm glad everyone in my live stream chat is slaying at their jobs. You maintain the municipal water. Oh yeah, that reminds me. Okay, one of my favorite places on earth is there's a wastewater treatment facility in Humboldt, California, and it's like kind of like a tourist thing that people who are visiting like to see. Like the locals don't give a shit anymore, but I love this place, and it's like instead of like a big chemical treatment plant, they have like 7 pools with differing levels of salt in them. And so the water travels through these different pools and it goes from sewage to clean water, and it's totally natural and it's like really cheap to do. And like every city that has marshland should have this, but they don't. And it's like one of the most incredible things I've ever seen. This is, I don't understand why they don't have them everywhere, because it like costs so much to process sewage back into water. And this is so much cheaper. Main breaks, service repairs, water meters, reservoirs, pump stations, wells. Yeah. Yeah, all of those things. I don't understand why we can't utilize more marshlands to process wastewater. It would be so brilliant. It would fix so many problems. Why don't we do that? I don't know. These are the things that cross my mind. This is what crosses my mind when I'm lying in Baco wet at night, lying in awake in bed at night. Oh my god, I can't talk. But instead we have the giant sewage pipe that goes from Tijuana to San Diego and breaks all the time. And we have a marshland there too. There's a marsh between Tijuana and Imperial Beach, and we could put a wastewater treatment plant there. It might not solve all of the wastewater problem, but it would probably alleviate the problem greatly. So I don't know why we don't do it. Because they can't put fluoride in the natural water. You make a good point. Yeah, you make a good point. They can't do that. I hate that you're right about that. Kids aren't motivated to fix, just want to be YouTubers. Well, that's what happens when the economy doesn't support training and like facilitating job transitions. Like, I think there's a lot of people who want to work. A lot of us do want to work. Florida has tons of natural spring water, though. I just met a guy. I was out playing guitar yesterday, and I met a guy who was from Florida. And I asked him, because I haven't been to Florida since I was like 4, and it was only a flight layover. And I was like, okay, in Florida, like, how often do you see an alligator? Like, do you see an alligator like once a month? Or is it like once every few months? And he's like, you see an alligator every day. I was like, are you kidding me? Like, you walk out on your lawn, there's an alligator? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, what do you do? What do you do to it? Like, what do you do? There's an alligator on your lawn. Like, is it gonna charge you down and bite you? Apparently, some people shoot them. You live in Jupiter. You see them all the time. Okay, Sally, how often do you see an alligator? And when you see an alligator, what do you do? Like, are you trap the alligator in the garbage bin kind of girl, or are you shoot the alligator kind of girl? At least once a week. That's still kind of terrifying. Like we have mountain lions and coyotes here in Southern California, but you only see a coyote like I only see a coyote once every few months. And even when I lived in a more like rural area, it was really rare. And like they're very skittish. They like run away. They're never gonna charge you down. Or like mountain lion. One time there was a mountain lion in my backyard when I lived in Los Angeles, but that's like really rare, extremely rare. They usually live in the hills. They don't want to come down. But when they started building more houses up in the hills, then you started to see them on very rare occasions. And then, oh yeah, so in Florida, I hear there's, what do you call them? Iguanas in the trees. How often do you see an iguana? Like, I only see them in pet stores. I'm gonna check out. Martello is gonna leave. Okay. Thank you for joining. Have a good night. Seriously, how often do you see an iguana? Because, like, that's one of my main draws towards Florida. Good night, Martello. Thank you for instigating this live stream. Those are my questions. How often do you see an iguana? What do you do? What do you do when you see an alligator? Inquiring minds want to know. And have you ever seen a bog? Have you ever, like, have you ever pickled something in a bog that needed to be preserved? Or, are you having a bog girl summer? Like, I hear that bogs are magical places where, like if you threw a dead body in a bog, like, apparently it would be perfectly preserved for centuries. The gators don't bother you. Okay, so you could just leave the gators alone and they're not going to charge you down. That's cool. Because when people tell me they shoot them, I'm like, are you serious? Like, are they that dangerous? Like, I know they're dangerous if you probably provoke them. But, like, is there a reason to shoot them, is what I wonder. Iguana is Miami. I'm in Jacksonville. Oh, okay. I see, I see. So, this person was telling me, I was talking to somebody at the beach when I was playing guitar. And he was telling me, it's too much glare. He was telling me that he was like on a fishing boat, like in the bay or something, and he was fishing with his friend, and all of a sudden they found a water moccasin like in the boat, and he said his friend like he said, guess what my friend did next? And I was like, what? He like picked it up, and he's like, no, stupider than that. And I said, what? He's like, he shot it in the boat. And apparently he made a hole in the boat, and by the time the boat sailed back into dock, it was filled with water because he tried to shoot a water moccasin on the boat. And they will eat your dog. I guess all the dogs in Florida are indoor dogs, if I'm not mistaken. Or very, very big. I feel so bad for all the dogs in Florida. Okay, what's the difference between the East Coast and West Coast in Florida? Like, is it colder on the East Coast? Is it warmer on the West Coast? These are things I wonder about. If you let your dope out to use the bathroom and you live next to waterway, you definitely have to pay attention. That makes sense. It totally makes sense. I have cats. They somehow could defend my two Dobermans from gators. Yeah, everybody's scared of cats. Even dogs, like 80-pound dogs, find cats terrifying for some reason. Okay, but recall. Um, okay, East and West Coast differences in Florida. Like, how far does it take to drive from the East Coast to the West Coast? Because it doesn't look like it takes very long. Maybe 3 hours. And then, like, okay, like, isn't it weird to go from one end where, like, the sun rises over the water, and you go to the other end, and then the sun sets over the water. It takes forever. How long is forever? But to me, when I go to a place where the sun rises over the water, or like, I find it very, very disorienting for my brain. Having lived in Southern California my whole life, where sun always sets over the water, like if I ever go someplace where the sun rises over the water, that's just like I even get like nauseated because my body feels like it's wrong on a deep level until I adjust. Like I get nauseated for like a month sometimes. In the north, it's like 4 hours, maybe five. Okay. So like, what is it, like 300 miles maybe? Old country roads. Panhandle is crazy going west 1 to 10. Old country roads. Are they fun to drive? Like twisty turny, up hills, down hills? Like Topanga Canyon or something? Because that would be really fun. That sounds like a very scenic drive. I know East Coast roads are something else. Like the farther back you go in our historical settlement, like the more interesting the roads are. Like it can take you all day to get across like Virginia or something. Really, Florida is all straight boring roads? That doesn't sound very fun. You used to live in New York. That sounds fun, but nightmarish. Kind of like LA. LA can be like LA is like your toxic spontaneous friend who is like so much fun, but like if there's something you're trying to do that you really need to do, it can take like all day to get them redirected to do it. I feel like New York can be similar. Okay, New York sounds crazy because like just renting an apartment is like $3,000. Like goes up 10% every year, and like you have to be like the best and the brightest to survive in New York, but there's like so much fun stuff to do. I guess that's kind of like Southern California, but New York sounds like Southern California on steroids. West Coast is like, um, oh, are you in like upstate New York? 2 hours north of the city. Sounds nice. There's more forest out there, right? I hear a lot of New York. It's really beautiful if you're not in the city. Sounds incredible. What time is it? It's 11:30. Okay. Hudson Valley, specifically Pine Bush. I'll have to check out some pictures. Let me see what I can find. Pine, Pine Bush, New York. Let me see what this place looks like. Okay, internet. Now you get to see a side of my face. A side of my face is not my favorite to have on camera, but here we are. Okay. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, I'm looking at this. Let's see. That's incredible. Kind of reminds me of some places I went to in Texas. Let's see. A village that cares. That's beautiful. Let's see what else. That's gorgeous. Those colors. DeFrey's Farm. The old alien capital of the world. Tell me more. What do you mean the old alien capital of the world? What's going on? What's going on in Pine Bush, New York, with aliens? What happened there? I guess I can look it up. Let's see. What happened? The Pine Bush UFO Fair. Okay. Happens in June. Okay. Let me wipe this off. You guys have a better view. Okay. The town of Crawford. I'll flip this around. The town of Crawford is thrilled to present the 13th annual Pine Bush UFO Fair. Fans know that it's the only street fair event where you can be part of the show. We encourage visitors to attend in costume if they are comfortable doing so. Oh, it's like a Ren fair, but for alien weirdos. It's like that episode of Daria. Come by to watch or join in with the fantastic cosplay characters and extraterrestrials of all shapes and sizes as they take over Main Street in Pine Bush, New York. Watch out for unidentified otherworldly beings walking about, surprise visitors, pop-up street performances, and photo opportunities at every turn. A family-friendly event includes games and activity vendors, food and food truck vendors, and of course UFO novelty vendors. What's the history though? Like this sounds silly and frivolous, but did anyone ever get abducted? Like, are there any abduction legends that happened here? Because that's what I'm looking for. Cosplay was unreal. Maybe I'll come like a normal person, but pack a chest burster into my stomach. And then let it pop out, splattering everyone with blood gore style. Then all you would have to do is just prepare the infant. Oh, the old farmers would play pranks because people believed it. Like, have you ever seen those videos of night walkers? A friend used to show me those. It was like, it's like people wearing these like big white pants. It looks like giant pants with a head. And there's just like these weird videos of them walking around. I guess that's kind of fun, like playing into other people's otherworldly beliefs. But I have shit to do. And Stewart Air Force Base is right next to Pine Bush, so people believed it was UFOs. Yeah, like by my house a few months ago, like there was like, I'm pretty sure it was a drone. Because like now that there's drones, like you never know what a UFO is. Like it's definitely a UFO because it just means unidentified flying objects. But my roommate at the time was like seriously thought it was a UFO, like an alien UFO. I don't know. In like the 90s parachute pants? Yeah, but bigger. Let me look up a picture of the Nightwalkers and I'll show you. They were like giant. It's like bigger than 90s parachute pants, like David Byrne pants. Let's see. Let me see. Nightwalkers. All that's coming up is like not what I want. Okay, here. These are not the ones. Let's see. I guess everybody has a different interpretation of Nightwalker. So let's see what comes up. So like this is what I'm finding. These are like graphics of Nightwalkers, but that's not the videos that I saw. I guess it's like kind of like that. It's like just pants with the head. I wonder if YouTube has a video. Nightwalkers. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of looking for Nightwalkers. Anyway, apparently they talked about it at the last podcast on the left. Skinwalkers, yes. See, this is my problem where I never make the right reference. Because there's holes in my brain. I can't remember what anything is called. No, that's not right. This is even worse. I think they were actually called Nightwalkers. Maybe I got it right this time. Okay, guys, I'm getting tired. You listen to that podcast too? Okay. I think I'm getting tired. Let's see what time it is. It's 11:40. I'm hungry. And yeah, I will see you guys soon. Maybe not tomorrow, but soon. I gotta figure my life out. There's some things on the to-do list tomorrow that I'm excited about. I gotta go looking for some things to carry out my evil plot. It's not that evil, really. Uh, it's actually a pretty wholesome plot, but um, it requires some finding of things, some executing of plans. So, have a good night. I am going to go to sleep and figure out my plan. I'm doing a villain arc. Yeah, I am. I am. The villain arc means carry out your plots. Don't give a shit about anything or anyone else until you figure your life out. And if that's a villain, then I'm a villain. I'm just gonna do it. Like whatever the fuck I want to do. And it's gonna be great. And it's gonna help me reach my goals. And it's gonna be so good. And I'm so excited about it. I'm like, oh god, I'm so stoked on this plan. I feel like, okay, never mind. I've said too much already. Enough monologuing.